Stirring the coffee with chopsticks, using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. We'll get started, but first, coffee. Nice. 8 o'clock coffee, I ground the beans. Once you have premium coffee, even 8 o'clock coffee is kind of like, it's percolator, Mr. Coffee. And you don't know when it was ground. You don't know when it was roasted or ground. I know when it was ground. I just did it 5 minutes ago. Actually, 7 minutes ago. And those dates on the coffee bags, the big commercial coffee bags, I'm not so sure I trust the dates because it doesn't taste fresh. It's good, but there's a dullness to it. And it's just, when you go to premium coffee, it's so hard to go back to supermarket coffee. So hard. And when it comes to supermarkets, the best really is 8 o'clock coffee, I think. But still, falling terribly short. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. Let's get started. All hairstylists are an early prototype of Instathot. Ask me how I know. People with orbiters long before there was the internet. People who had, for lack of a better term, a box of dicks long before cell phones. Giving just enough pleasure, touch, giving just enough adoration to make a man feel that he might have a little bit of a chance. In developing the fake laugh, what I call the fake bar laugh. I used to say that to my ex-wife, like a nice fake bar laugh you have there. The earliest form of Instathot. I am currently in somebody's box of dicks as Lisa. If she's not doing funny, playful stripteases for you as she changes into her night clothes, then who is she doing it for? I'm at the point where I look at some people's social media posts and I hear Mr. T's voice in my head saying, "Pain. I predict pain." So I waited with high hopes, then she walked into place. I knew her smile in an instant. I knew the curve of her face. It was my own lovely lady, and she said, "Oh, it's you." And we laughed for a moment, and I said, "I never knew." Rupert Holmes, 1979. When women get divorced, they give them dogs, tickets to mud runs, Machu Picchu, dog ear apps for the phone, and selfie sticks. Or that's what divorced women would have you think if you look at their social media. Wearing a turtleneck shirt is like being strangled by a really weak guy. Wearing a backpack and a turtleneck is like a weak midget trying to bring you down. Mitch Hedberg. The thing about being with a Chinese woman is that 2 hours later you want to have sex again. I'm foolish to be here in the first place. I know some man gonna walk in and take my place. Ain't no way in the world I'm going out that front door. because there's a man down there. Might be your man. I don't know. Allman Brothers, 1971. I don't allow others to disrespect law enforcement on any of my social media. It deserves an instant block. I don't argue. I don't debate with anyone. Why? Because law enforcement are the first people to be pushing down on your dad's chest when he has a heart attack to help get him breathing again, or the first one to stop the bleeding after your mom slips and falls. Ungrateful fucks. And then some people have the nerve to say, well, you're getting law enforcement mixed up with paramedics. No, I'm not, douchebag. The first ones to arrive on the scene, 99.9% of the time, are the police. She ain't into cars or pickup trucks, but if it runs like a deer, man, her eyes light right up. She thinks my tractor's sexy. Kenny Chesney, 1979. Money is so hot. Ask any woman. You can take the girl out of Norristown, but you can't take the Norristown out of the girl. And you can replace the word Norristown with the city or town of your choice. Her. I would live in a dumpster with you. Also her. You better hurry up and make that million because Mama likes her closets as big as an airplane hangar. Her. I've never done this before. Also her. Oh my God, faster. Oh my God, faster. If she is cheating on him, she will cheat on you. Secret relationships will always come back and bite you in the ass. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how smart she is or he is. They always come back somehow and bite you. That's why you keep them secret, because they're dangerous. Women will go for the richest man they can attract. Women go for the most attractive man, or men go for the most attractive woman they can afford. Who said that? Pop quiz. Women always congratulate other women who find a man of status. Conversation stops in a small group of people or in a salon when one woman says, I met a guy, he's a doctor, and everyone gets quiet and they go, ooh, a doctor. You go, girl. Did you hear hundreds of people were shot yesterday? They shot themselves in the foot. The usual self-sabotage, bad decision-making, indecisiveness, and falling for the wrong person. Who says fire better? Jimi Hendrix, let me stand next to your fire? Or Jim Morrison, come on baby, light my fire. And to repeat something yesterday, gentlemen, if she's not dancing to Purple Haze on the coffee table for you, then who is she doing it for? Let's take a look at some mail. Hello, Sultan. No name, no details, please. But you can share things if you so desire. The details wouldn't be so telling as to connect them from me. Yes, I do honor that. I'm sure you don't get many emails and I don't expect a reply. I find your material valuable to me because primarily I feel the things I read and listen to most shape me, my intellect, my decisions. It's my personal form of washing my brain with the things I want to be. So those that say brainwashing is bad, it can be if you like bad things. By the way, I found a book you recommended and I'm listening to it right now on Audible. Jump In, it's called, by Mark Burnett. I've always been paralyzed by fear, and that has been what prevented me from taking action in my life. I'm 45, and for most of my life I depended on a husband who then left me after 20 years, many years ago. I've always worked, but never had a job that paid enough to support myself comfortably. After that, my children had also gone on to college. I lost my best friend of 25 years. I lost my dogs. I felt thrown away in the trash. Like once the kids were raised, there was no use of me. Being rejected like that, and this is a female, being rejected like that by someone you love who I never thought would leave me, it's the worst pain I've ever known. I was literally planning my suicide on New Year's Eve of a certain year. I couldn't support myself. I didn't have the fight in me to fight over things and divorce. I was planning on walking away with nothing. I felt my life was over. It wasn't because I did something extraordinarily hideous. I felt like death, except death would have been better because no one usually chooses to die. However, they do choose to reject and walk away. I was going to pursue my dreams someday after everyone could do theirs first. Worst life decision I ever made, and I did it to myself. I also have the impression that even though you are a red pill man, you haven't taken the red pill with a glass of vinegar. You are correct. I could be wrong, but I get the feeling that you are healthier than the bitter vibe I feel from some groups who shun the opposite sex. That is true. I love women. I hate feminism, and I love women. In my mind, most extremes are not healthy. They're not, unless you're trying to get healthy, and there's times that you need to make an extreme nutritional dietary decision. Or when it comes to being with unhealthy people, you need to cut things off. That's correct. Thank you for not shunning women. That's what really jumped out at me here. Thank you for not shunning women. And I find the words you say to me every day help me to be a better person. And I'm not going to read any more of that. It's too personally identifiable. That is the purpose here. To make you a better person, to make you think, to challenge you, not to mock you, not to berate you for the decisions you've made. You're already berating yourself. If you have any arrogance in you, life will beat it out of you eventually someday. Life is very harsh with fools. Life is harsh with people who don't stick up for themselves. Coffee is for closers only, so put the coffee down. That's for everybody. I rarely get letters from women, and I appreciate this. And I want the best for you. Keep listening. Keep watching. Don't be impulsive. Fight the nature to want to even the score with the man in your life. No tit for tat. And I'm never saying put up with abuse. I'm never saying tolerate nonsense that's universally not acceptable in relationships for a man or a woman. It'll get better. When I read the rest of your letter, I see that you have a vision for your future. Now it's about execution and being the best version of yourself, and you can do it. And with that, I'm going to say, Have a great day. Finish your coffee. And I'll see you tomorrow on the Daybreak Show.